Assalamu alaikum. You know, regarding the thunder, imagine what it must be like in Palestine to be a child and living through bombs for 8 months. This needs some reflection. Instead of worrying about when my electricity is going to come back on, we have to worry about when our brains are going to turn on. You know, we had this outage yesterday, and I think it affected the entire country. And they said it was some sort of a cyber, I don't know, I don't understand the whole thing. Had to do with the main system of, what is it they say? I'm serious, I don't really know about this stuff. You know, when your computer says it's time for an update, well, it was some sort of an update on something that they need to make it better. It made it worse. Flights canceled all over the country. Well, first thing I thought of was I'm glad I'm not in the airport, because it seems to be air travel is getting worse. And then I thought about, these poor families with the vouchers, what I had to go through to get a voucher when I was in a similar situation. It was Frontier Airlines in Phoenix. Don't ride them. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to badmouth anybody, but I will never ride Frontier Airlines again. But when you're going to Phoenix, Arizona, that's kind of the way it works. And that's how it worked for me going from Florida to Arizona, visiting my friend last year. However, on a very serious note, just think about those children. They didn't get the story about the angels bowling because they knew very well about the story of Israel. I don't even like to use that word, Zionists. The word Israel has a good meaning. I think I've told you this before. Those who fight in the path of Allah, unless the country has been some form of terrorism taken over, because they're not fighting in the path of Allah now. No, they're not. So imagine children knowing that this is a genocide because it's been going on. People have been dying all around them. Hospitals, clinics, schools, rubble, incredible amounts of horror. Little children, daily basis, hearing the horror. So yesterday when the electricity went out in the airports, or not the electricity, the system's down. That's the phrase that they use. Well, it's back up again, or is it? Is this another sign? Now, I don't know how widespread this outage is. All I can think of is a phrase in the Quran, a very simple phrase, an ayah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يمكرون ويمكر الله والله خير الماكرين. It means they plot and Allah plots. And Allah is the best of plotters. You know, what I'm supposed to be doing here is warning my people. There's a verse in the Quran that says a group has to always go out. From every group, there has to be some who go out, gain knowledge, come back, and warn their people. It doesn't say teach their people. Well, by default, that's what I do. Because do I always warn? Well, I just think the words of Allah are enough to penetrate your heart or not, because the clean heart, they call it salim, sahih, the good heart, when it hears the truth, it immediately accepts it. Now, I was going to do another lesson on the heart, because I had started with the sick heart, because I thought that would shake people up. Then I had many, many videos by the same great sheikh on the heart in general. So the sick heart, the good heart, the heart in general is the focus of our bodies. There is a hadith that says, في جسد مضغة إذا صلح صلح جسد كلها. Yes, I'm not reading this from a book. It means in the body there is a muscle or a mudgha. It means a piece of flesh. So we translate that as muscle now because we know that the heart is a muscle and it pumps. That's why it moves, you know. Prophet Muhammad said in the human body there is a muscle. And if it's healthy, the whole body will be healthy. And it is the heart. So for centuries, Islamic scholars have discussed, is it your mind, your aql, or is it your heart from which you perceive and make decisions and operate? And they have made many, 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 many research and writings and books and for hundreds of years. So that is why when I first became a Muslim, before I knew Arabic, I used to accept the whoever it was theory that in Islam it's both. It's your heart and your mind that determines correct behavior. Well, that's why I was going to start with the dead heart. Because we should have an extreme reaction. And I don't mean going out and protesting on college campuses and stopping traffic in the middle of the road so no one can get to work on time. All these banners, this is not going to achieve anything. We have to really pray hard. And we have to talk about this every chance we get, everywhere we are. And by saying free Palestine, I don't think that's the correct phrase. Fear Allah. Know Allah. Learn who He is. Study Quran. That would be my choice as a phrase. Because we are not supposed to fight for land. No, not for territory, not for our own increase in our position or wealth. We are supposed to fight for the words of Allah to be uppermost. Oh, am I talking about Sharia? Am I a terrorist? Could I be associated with some cell? Believe me, some people in my family say, you're a member of a cult. Oh, really? Am I a member of a cult? Have I tried to get money? Have I tried to donate all my money to the cult? I mean, a cult has descriptive. Islam means submission. That's all it means. Submit to the fact there is a major power. And I'm not talking about a power outage. There is a creator. He is a sustainer. He is a judge. And one day, whether you accept it or not or like it or not, you're going to die. And you're going to face that creator. And He is going to judge you according to your deeds. But in Islam, we do say ignorance is an excuse. So I believe most people in America are ignorant because nobody ever really taught them anything about Islam. Because it's politically incorrect. Because somebody has determined that it is. Oh, gee, I wonder who they could be. Could they be the genocidal maniacs? Baby killers? Could they be connected with banksters? Could they be connected with arms dealers? Could they be connected with sex trafficking? Could they be connected with porno? Listen, you know. I'm talking to Americans. You know what I'm talking about. So when I experience a little thing like an unexpected power outage, the next day, after I wondered, an update to the system, and we are like crippled, then I remember Prophet Muhammad's words. Prophet Muhammad said, the last battle will be fought with swords. Swords. Like swords in the day of samurai. You know, my mom, she's passed. She used to always say to me, and I would laugh. Didn't we all laugh at what our mom said and think they didn't know anything? My mom used to say, wait till the electricity goes out. Wait till the grid fails. And she also used to say, where she was raised, East Boston, she would say, Boston will sink like the swamp that it was built on. My mom never went to college, graduated from high school. Think about that. I can only say Allahu Akbar. Call me what you will. I'm trying to warn my people. This has got to stop. We're all excited about the election. I'll admit, I've been watching some coverage. Is that really going to matter if this system shuts down? And here I am worrying about a little, well, it's still not on. It's been an hour. Think of the children. Think about the terror. Assalamu alaikum.